y'all. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we are Real Estate Elevated. We're bringing you another episode of I'm Moving to North Carolina Now What? This is one of our shorts episodes, and this is a big one. Why the heck is my house sitting on the market? I actually see quite a number of listings that are possibly in this boat, but it could be for a very specific reason. So let's hope that you're not one of them. Here are a couple of things to troubleshoot and to be a little bit more proactive in handling before you get in this position. The first one is taking a look at your prep work. So before you ever go live in the market, you want to make sure you're doing as many things as possible to gain ROI. That means return on investment. Are you doing things that a buyer would expect of a home in your particular neighborhood or at that price point? Buyers like to walk in and be able to envision themselves living in the home. And it's really difficult to do that if you've left things out, personalization is still there, or you've left things in disrepair. A buyer's going to begin to think, if they didn't take care of these things, what can't I see that they've also not taken care of or maintained well? So no surprises for those buyers. The second thing is price. While we've been in a market in the last few years where we've been able to be a little bit aggressive and kind of push price organically, unfortunately, we're in a position now where buyers really have a bad taste in their mouth from the market we've come from. They want to make sure there is proof in the pricing. So it does not do well for you as a seller or a selling agent to be able to put that price slightly above where what comps are actually going to show the price should be. So remember, comps are comparable properties. These are other homes that have actually closed or are currently on the market that you feel like are about to close before you go live, and you can actually get the data, extrapolate what's needed, and get a more exact list price. Buyers, again, want proof in what they're about to put their money into, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are putting the dollars on the line. The other big one is photos. Were they professionally done? We see listings all the time that are very clearly taken with iPhone photos. While I'm definitely a big fan of being able to grab footage and stuff on your iPhone, it does not chalk up well for MLS. A lot of times the orientation is very long and kind of wonky. If you ever see that, more than likely it wasn't a professional that took those. Also, you should not be asked by your agent to take your own photos. That's something that either your agent should be tackling or hiring what I like to do and get an outside professional that this is their bread and butter. This is what they do. They know when to capture the right lighting, what angles to kind of capture the space in. Another big thing to look for is the room represented in a way that's actually indicative of what it looks like in person? Sometimes you get this very artistic kind of expression with photography where it's really long and narrow and wonky when the room is actually a perfect square. Please be careful with stuff like that because buyers are judging your listing by those photos. It's really important that they're getting a good impression, which is what gets their foot in the door. So just make sure that you've got tried and true representation. On the flip side of that, also make sure you're not representing something in a way that is not really lifelike. I've seen, for example, a driveway where it is actually like this straight up mountain, like you're gonna tumble down the hill if you run too quickly. But the listing photo was just a cropped front of the house. It did not show the driveway at all. So as a buyer or buyer's agent showing up to the home, we were a little thrown off guard. Remember, mindset is really important and you don't want your buyers to feel like you're not being honest with them. It does not make for a good potential contract. The other thing is information. You want to make sure you have as much as possible in MLS. So if there are covenants or HOA bylaws that the buyer needs to be aware of, especially in a day and age right now where people are thinking about how they're going to use the property, the covenants are definitely going to give them the outline for that. If you live in an area like here where we have school of choice, a lot of times giving them information on application schools or where the base schools are so they know what they can actually apply to with year-round and traditional, that's super important. Floor plans are huge. Your agent, when they order your measurements, should be able to upload a floor plan so that the buyer can actually see the layout. Sometimes the photos, especially on larger homes, it's hard to kind of see where everything connects. And with folks who are relocating to the area, a floor plan can actually be pretty valuable. The other thing is, are you analyzing data? Data is a huge thing, and there's some data you can't get until the home is live. Watch your showing traffic, see what people are saying in response to being in the home, and act accordingly. And then the last thing is your agent. Is your agent available? Are they knowledgeable? Are they answering questions and really trying to advertise your property to the best of their ability? So keep this in mind, all of these quick tips when you're getting ready to sell your home. And if your home is currently sitting on the market, do a quick little internal check. Is there any one of these things that maybe is really hurting you? And at the end of the day, if it has been sitting too long, talk to your agent and find out a game plan and a strategy to kind of reset the clock. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate. Be sure to like, share, and follow, especially if you know somebody who could benefit from this information, and we'll see you next time.